is the Traveling Introvert. Welcome. Today I'm going to talk about time audits. I remember once I was working for a big tech company and they had auditors come in to audit us. And not for what we were doing, but sort of what we were spending our time on. They installed the software and we would have to click on it when we were doing task A and then click off and then task B or task X or whatever the tasks were. And they came up with this sort of matrix of tasks that they thought we did according to our job descriptions and got us to look at them. And we were like, well, kind of do that, don't do that, maybe do this. And we do all these other things that aren't on your list. And they added it to the list. And then they uploaded that into the software and we would have to sort of tell them when we were doing certain things. And one of the main things that happened when we did this is we realized how much multitasking we were doing. Because a lot of the time they were like, how are you spending so much time on emails? And it's like, well, I might be emailing, but at the same time I'm on a phone to a client, or I might be reviewing a resume while doing the email, or I might be listening to a webinar at the same time, or I might be also, there's so many things that we multitask and do. And so they found the results of this audit very interesting. And so now working for myself, I also do time audits. And I think they're valuable whether you're an employee or whether you are an entrepreneur or whether you're a subcontractor or a freelancer or whatever else that you might be doing. Time audits are a great way of sort of reining you in. You do stuff every day and none of it's bad. I think we need to take away that, oh, well, I spent, an hour on Facebook as bad, or I spent 15 minutes playing this game as bad. If that's your way of recharging, resetting, or making space in your mind for blue sky thinking, then that's great. But you also need to be aware of what you are doing that is making you money, what you are doing that is helping grow your visibility, but your brand, even if you're an employee, you have to have a brand. And so what are you doing to help further that? And then what are you doing that are just tasks that you A, might not enjoy, or B, are not value adding tasks or can be automated or systematized, or so many other things, because no matter what we do and how great we are, there is always room for improvement. And one of the ways of finding out how we can improve or where improvement is needed is by giving ourselves a time audit and seeing what we're doing, how we're doing, where we're doing it, what we're spending time on, and is the proportion of the time spent worth the return on investment. I think that's a really important thing to do. And I don't do it often enough. I'm one of those people that I need to set aside time on my calendar. And this is actually what I need to do is every month set aside and go, okay, so that week, how did you do? What did you do? How did you do it? And what's your return on investment? Because we are so busy just working every day or in the weeds, a very common saying, that we forget about we can change and we can make a difference and we can tweak what we do and how we do it to make things better next time, next week, next month. We're always waiting for a big signal or a review, an end of year review, but by then it's too late. We're now halfway through the year. All the systems you put in place at the start of the year, are they still there? Do they stick? Or do you need to make a change? These are things that you should be looking at on a regular basis. And, the four main things that might be important might be sort of your work, your clients, raising your visibility and finances. And so take those four pillars and make sure you look at them really carefully and scrutinize them and see, maybe you're spending too much time on finance or maybe you're spending too much time on visibility. There needs to be that balance. So my challenge, I guess, to you, listeners, dear listeners, is give yourself a time audit. There's no right or wrong answer, but it's good to know what you're spending your time on and if it's bringing you the return on investment that you desire. And if it isn't, make a change. And if it is, good for you. So thank you for listening. This is The Traveling Introvert. Should you have any questions for me, please email me at janice@thecareerintrovert.com. Please look for my Patreon account and feel free to donate, even if it's just $1 a month. That is really appreciated just to keep the lights on, so to speak. And have a good rest of your week. Travel safe.